unto him, and turn around and cry and say, why have you people sinned? Why are people troubling me? Why are you frustrating me? If he did that, why would he down cry again? Why do you frustrate me? Why do you do that? He won't do that. This is just common sense. This is just common sense. So if we keep reading through this book and we see what Abraham has to go through, has to make God to be, that he says God, he had to take his own family member and that family person who is what, and the servant, and said to, perhaps the woman will not willing to follow me to his land, must I take your son back to the land which, but Abraham said to him, be aware that you do not take my son back there. The Lord God of heaven, who took me from my father's house and from the land of my family, and who spoke to me and swore to me, saying, to your descendants I give this land. He will send his angel before you, and you shall take a wife for my son from there. Abraham is not willing or looking at things from any angle, but he's looking at his own family to settle. And where else can he look? That's where he has to look. That is all we all came. I believe I'm thinking even along the same line, that if the words of this book is true, I think it is more better for us to see that if God really created one man and one woman from the first beginning, then we must know that Cain, after killing his brother Abel, and the father gave birth to daughters, or gave birth to children, and Cain had to wait for his sisters to grow and come and pick one and live with her and have children. Just as it is right now here, we are seeing that Abraham had to tell his, find ways to let his son go all the way back to his family to pick a son. That's the same way Cain would have gone there. But why does the story tell us that Cain ended up with two women? He ended up marrying, going to some place, and where he went, he found women there. And he sort of, where did those women come from? Where did they come from? Something isn't right. Someone is hiding something, or the story is not being put straight, because it's definitely not come from an honest answer. It's not giving an honest answer or coming from an honest end or a truthful end. If that is the case, if it's coming from a real truthful end, then these things will be known, it will be revealed, and we won't have trouble at all, because it's already been revealed in the book. But in some part, it's not really revealing it, because where else would women be? Then they have to let us know also that God did really create more people, that it wasn't only one creation of a woman, then later he created. Or Cain went out there, and the angels who have turned themselves to be like human beings, then Cain found some of them, found the women from there. They were not real people, maybe they were angels or their spirits or whatever. It's serious. When we go in further, he got a wife the servant followed through, got a wife, for his son Isaac. And I think the woman that he found for Isaac became what, Isaac's wife. She became Isaac's wife. So before Abraham had to pass away, he found a wife for his Isaac. And the wife was who? What do you call it? Is it Rebecca? He found Rebecca, as Rebecca became the wife of Isaac. Even that, was it Rebecca? It didn't just happen, as we probably would expect it to, happen so quickly, because I think they say Isaac had to, he found Rebecca, and Rebecca was about to pitch. He was there to pitch something. Pitch that I may drink, and she says, drink, and I will also give you camels to drink. He had it too. He sort of did the signs that was expected of him. And so that Rebecca was the one to be picked. So the servant had to go into the family, ask for permission to send Rebecca to Isaac, to be with. So Rebecca became the wife of Isaac, and stayed with him. He was taken away. Now, this story tells us what Abraham picking a child for his a daughter for marriage. That's practicing the incest way we call it incest today. I don't have problem with that at all. It doesn't necessarily mean that I may end up. I don't feel comfortable, honestly, like everybody else, to sort of be with my closest sister or closer related person that I know. It doesn't also rule the fact that I may end up with somebody who might be a family member closer to me and not know, and still will not be in that uncomfortable state that I feel towards those who are close to me. But when I begin to know, because that is the society I'm in, and that's what I've also been adapted to accept. And so, knowing all these things now, even if I happen to be in that situation where I didn't know and it happened, knowing what I know now, I'm not going to slaughter myself, because I'm aware of it now. I'm aware of the instances of what things are. It may not be how things began, but at the end of the day, I have seen that the answers are not really from both sides. So I will not live in a guilt that, but I realize that you are my sister or you are my cousin and we've been together, so I'm going to kill myself. You have to break this relationship because I don't want it, I don't want, no. If I start going along that line, I am trying to hold on to the ideas that have been presented to me as it being wrong or incest and all those things, which it might be the case. Is incest all right? It might be whatever we call it to be. But the knowledge has proved to me that incest thing was something that was being practiced in even our normal life, and that's how we even came about. It's okay, there's nothing wrong. And basically, in our own personal life, we have decided to make that choice because it is uncomfortable to be in that state. It is not necessarily coming from a living God. Since I know that my source of life or my source of existence has no issue on those issues, it is just me, my personal engagement, my personal moral standard, my own thing that I've adapted or I've sort of I've adapted or I have somehow been brought up to embrace, to accept. Then I have to know that it's up to me also not to end up. We are all bound to mistakes. We are bound to fall into that situation because how am I supposed to know everything? I don't know that. So I don't have to kill myself, find myself. I also have to see it, embrace it, and say, okay, that was my destiny. That was how things should have been. These are things will be for, of course, because things are not straightforward. I have ended up this way. I have to embrace that and settle with that or move on with that. It is not hell or demonic. The outcome of it should not be demonic or should not even consider demonic or allow others to consider it demonic. It's just something which is normal. I embrace and just move on with my life. But if I had not known, which others find themselves in that situation, religiously have their moral standard convicted and they haven't learned these things that I'm opening up today, they will get frustrated. They will go ballistic. They will go crazy. No, I can't stand it. I didn't know that you are my sister. Of course, how would you know everything? You have your cousins all over the place, your uncles everywhere. They have children that you don't even know about. So there are chances that people meet people that they didn't even know they were related to or they were close related to. They never know them. And they met them, they fell for each other. And it was okay when they didn't know. But it became a problem when they found out or they knew. It's happy. It's there that we see people that we all have relationships.